Hi everyone, in this video I will show you how you can play the phrase it dice, especially for practicing irregular verbs. So I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. So in the phrase it dice set, you get all these different dice. You get 1, 2, 3 green dice, you get 1, 2, 3 blue dice, and 2 red dice. Now the red dice are what we call the topic dice. So you can do a topic like sports, people, health, travel, food, shopping. The green dice are verbs, and you can use, there's regular and irregular verbs like look or looked, give, gave, get, got, keep, kept. So you can use all of these verbs with these prepositions. The blue dice are prepositions like in, up, over, out, and you can see these here. So when you teach these to a student, or if you're a student yourself trying to practice English, one activity, especially for beginners, this one is very much so for beginners. So I will remove the topic and preposition dice because that's a little more for advanced learners. But here, I'll have this one here. So we have the green dice. So you can give each student a green dice, and you can have them each share a story. So you can say, once upon a time, I looked out the window and saw snow. And then we took a break and went outside and went sledding. And after that, we went back home. You can see I changed the go to went, present tense to past tense, take, took, look, looked. You can do that with your students. You can give them each a dice and have them tell a sentence in a circle. Or if they're very beginner and they're just learning, just hand them the dice and have them maybe copy each word. So you could have them copy the word look. So they can sit down and they can say look, looked, check, checked. This blank space is any verb. So when you're playing the game version, you can have them do any verb they want. But just for practice, they can do throw, threw, and different verbs here. Bring, brought. The same with these. Take, took, think, thought, turn, turned, get, got, put, put. And so these are some of the most common verbs we use in English before a preposition to make phrasal verbs. But just for beginners and you want to teach them this lesson, you can just use the green dice. And so I did that with my students, and I had them say bring, brought. And they would actually just look and turn the dice over. And another thing you can do is do a dictation activity or a writing activity. You can have them copy the word, make a list of like present tense, past tense. They can copy all the present tense verbs. They just turn it, copy, turn it, copy, turn it, and copy. And you could do something like this. You can roll the dice, have all the students like in pairs. You could give them in pairs, or if you have a small class or groups, they have to write down turn, pick, think, and give them maybe, okay, ready, write. And they have to copy, and then they have to write the past tense very quickly. And they might write something like, okay, turn, turned, pick, picked, think, thought. And the first person to write all three correctly, could get 5 points for each word, or however you want to gamify it for your class or students. And so there's a lot of versatility you can do with the phrase it dice and game. A little bit more advanced way you can play this is you can roll all of these, and you don't have to even use a topic yet, but you can say, okay, make a phrase with just 1 green and 1 blue. Make a phrase or a sentence. So a student might say, oh, I got an idea. They'll say, I need to check over my list. Let me check over my list. And they might say a phrase like that. Or you can see here, throw on. But usually our focus is to look at the top of the dice. And so that's what we would do in playing this game. You're looking at the top. Or then another student might say, turn down. They do 1 green and 1 blue. Turn down the radio. Or turn down the heat. I took on a new project. Take on, took on. And so you can see these dice, you can make different combinations, 1 green and 1 blue. And so if a student says, turn down, they can keep those dice and get 5 points for keeping those. Or if they're still beginners and they're just learning phrases, they can just do it as an activity. And you can then have students, after they've created a phrase, you can have them make 1 sentence for each phrase. Then you could do like a pair share, have them get into pairs and share what sentences they wrote. You can also check their work after that. But those are just some ways you can play the Phrase It dice. Now, when you include the topic dice for maybe an advanced learner group, what you can do is you can roll the dice and you can say, okay, we have 2 topics, travel or media, and have maybe one person pick a topic. So travel. Okay, now you roll all the dice here and you say, okay, let's make a phrase with 1 green and 1 blue related to travel. And so this could be, you could do this in a circle, and each student could take a turn, and then they could say something like, oh, take out. I had to take out my passport at the airport. Okay, good. They would get maybe 5 points for saying that with that phrase, or they just did a good job, pass the dice to the next student for the activity, and they can roll the green and blue dice, and you're still on the same topic of travel, and then you could see what phrases they make. And you can do that with any of these topics. And so that's kind of the basic dice set. You get three green verb dice, 3 blue preposition dice, and 2 red topic dice. And this is what the case looks like. It's kind of neat. I think this is used for, you can use it for fishing lures, but I used it for the dice set, and you can click the link below this video to get the Phrase It dice set. You can also get the Phrase It cards too if you want to play with those, and those are more like preset, where they have the words are actually combined together for you on the card version of the game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share with your friends and other teachers to improve your English or to help as you are a teacher and you use this tool for others. Like I said, you can get my Phrase It dice. Click the link below. You can also get my Phrase It cards, and they'll look like this with an instruction book too. If you get my Phrase It cards, I have an instruction book that also gives you dice activities, as well as ways to play the cards. So click the link below, share with your friends, and I hope to see you in a future video.